Live from the Dunkin Latte Lounge.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to our Dunkin Latte Lounge. My name is Maxwell, but the thing that is, it's not about me. That's what it's always about, 99% of the time. But no, today, give it up for Mackenzie, Shrieve, please, ladies and gentlemen, in our lounge here. Yeah, I'm Mackenzie.
Hey, how are you?
Welcome to our Dunkin Latte Lounge. We have to please introduce to the world who is sitting to our left over there holding the guitar.
This is Tia Dazon, my guitarist and one of my best friends in the world.
And that is important. I'm glad that you started off by saying one of your best friends in the world, because we are here also with one of your other best friends in the world
true.
in
I
the
have two
crowd.
of my best friends here. Alex Tiso.
So to be able to do what you love to do and to have friends around you, let's start there. What does that feel like in your heart as a singer-songwriter?
I mean, it's one of the best things in the world. I feel so lucky. I've had the same band for 5 years, and I would call everyone in my band my best friend. Tia and I have known each other for a while now. We write together, we hang out together, we do everything.
Creating,
we don't do everything, but we do a lot together.
We do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, creating with those people around you who you trust most. How important is that for anyone who is listening to your music, learning your music, but also as you are creating? How fulfilling is it to be able to do the things with the people who mean the most to you?
I mean, it's so important. I write such personal and vulnerable music, and if I didn't have people in the room with me that I trusted, it just wouldn't be the same. And I don't think I would be able to make the honest type of music that I make without those people.
Going there and being open, honest, vulnerable, those are important when it comes to creating songs that connect. And we're going to start with the trilogy of the EPs and how we started, a couple of years back with those, and now where we are with the current project. But connecting, had that always been what you wanted to make sure came across in your music?
That's like a long-term project that I always had in mind, and I had a team that backed me wholeheartedly, which I think is super rare. So I released my first single off this trilogy in 2020. That I wrote with Tia.
And that's like thick of the pandemic vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Full pandemic song, full Zoom sessions and everything.
Yeah.
We did the music video in the pandemic. We did everything, production, online. And then I knew I wanted to make an album, my debut album, In the Wild, which was 15 tracks. And I released that in the summer of 2021. And then I just most recently released the last part of the trilogy in October, called In the After.
So in the after, where would you? The first one's in the beginning, correct?
In the before.
In the before, there it is. In the before, in the
Wild.
Why? In the. Okay, hold on for a second. Let me make sure I get this right. In the before.
In the before.
In the
Wild.
And in the after.
In the after.
Let's go with in the before and in the after. The growth. That's what I want to get to. How proud are you of who you were then and how you continue to carry through these stories to what and how you feel in your heart now?
I'm super proud of that person. I mean, I was such a young artist when I first started this project.
Yeah.
And I had kind of just graduated college. I was moving around New York City. I was trying to figure it out. To now, I mean, so many things have happened. I've gone through relationships, friendships, different jobs. I've played pandemic. I've played 100 shows since then. Yeah. I've grown so much as an artist and as a live performer. So that directly correlated to the sound.
What's it like to get on stages? Whether it be here on the East Coast in Brooklyn, and I know you also hit the West Coast. You hit the Yay area. You know what I'm saying? Big up to the Bay. But just being all over the country and being able to share who you are and share these stories. What are some of those things that you've maybe attributed to new songs or that you felt while you were, crisscrossing the country performing these records that have come through in the music?
It's the best. It's the best feeling in the world being on stage. It's like definitely what I chase after. It's been a dream since I was a kid to just be on stage and perform the songs live. But I think now with In the After especially, I got to actually sing the songs on stage, dozens of times before taking it to the studio. Whereas In the Wild was mostly done in the pandemic. So,
just there.
Yeah.
Was that weird? I mean, I know it has been a conversation that's come up with several artists that we've had the chance to talk to. Like, the way that those stories came about when you just mentioned it on Zoom, didn't even know she had legs probably half the time, because you're only seeing from the waist up. But was it a weird thing for you to create, or did you find yourself, I don't know, maybe challenged and succeeding like you didn't think that you would be able to during the pandemic?
I think it definitely challenged me to like
Yeah.
get in that creative zone in my childhood bedroom in California, talking to my friends across the country. But I mean, once we got out of the pandemic and
Yeah.
once we actually got to perform, it became something totally different. I never even could have imagined it.
Well, here we are now, and looking forward. Let's be a lot more optimistic. Let's get rid of all this pandemic talk. You know what I mean? And think about this year in particular, and how 2023 has been as we are here at the tail end of it. What are you just most excited about that you were able to accomplish this year?
I think just getting on stage again and releasing
Yeah.
the project. I'm so proud of how this turned out. It's some of the sounds and what I was able to accomplish. I mean, I traveled to LA, the Bay, Nashville, and spent obviously most of the time in New York, and all of those influences, I think, made it onto the EP. But I think just getting on stage and creating these live shows with my band that we were so proud of is the biggest accomplishment of the
Seeing
year.
people sing back the lyrics or to watch those faces just be enamored, the jaws drop. What is that like from your vantage point on stage?
Oh, that I will never get used to that. Like
Yeah.
being on stage, watching people jump up and down and sing the lyrics back to me. It's like I can't even explain it. It's the best. It's the best feeling ever.
The coolest thing ever and what I love about music and what we all love about music, those of us who are true fans, is that you're creating these stories for what they mean to you, but then you allow us to adapt our stories to your lyrics. That's the power of songwriting.
Yeah, that's definitely the power of songwriting. And I
Yeah.
get a lot of messages on Instagram or emails saying like, "Wow, I found your song and connected to it. I just went through XYZ. I can't believe you captivated that for me." And I'm like, "That I can't believe that."
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I do it for.
Goodness, man. And your sound. Let's talk about the fact that there's a little indie pop but jazz energy to it, as I've heard it described before. Was that a plan? Was that something that just kind of it's who you are? That's who Mackenzie
Yeah.
is, and that's just
The
what I do.
The jazz influence, I have a band that is very jazz focused.
Yeah.
Like my drummer, my saxophone player, and even my bass player and producer. I think they all have jazz background, and that influence definitely seeps its way into the music. But yeah, it's indie pop, it's rock, and then I was a folk singer first. I was a folk singer songwriter.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. Like Joni Mitchell is my favorite, so I think that all the influences end up there.
So let's go through that before we get to the music and talk about some of those influences, some of those people who you looked up to as a songwriter, as a musician, as this is what I love about my voice, and I think that it lends itself to this type of fill in the blank. Who were some of those people besides Joni Mitchell? Icon, obviously.
Such an icon. Growing up, the CDs I had were the
Wow,
Dixie
time out for
Chicks.
that. She said CDs, fam.
Maybe
Those are those
they're
round
CDs
silver
vibes,
things
yeah.
that were in a book at times that you would flip through the pages through. So, yeah, all right, there
I
we
had
go.
the black CD case.
The nylon cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then my dad was a huge music guy. So he had all the CDs in the car and we spent so much time together, like bonding over music. So it was the Dixie Chicks, it was Michelle Branch, it was Joni Mitchell, it was Johnny Cash.
Wow.
He's West Coast
Yeah.
rapper guy too. So he had a lot of hip hop in the car.
Really?
So
Are you talking Bay Area hip hop? Are we talking like E40 Too Short? Are we talking
E40? Yeah, major E40 vibes in my household. Yeah.
Yee, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We're hitting all that for 40 water for shizzle. But no, anyway, before we go down that path, you've got a couple of songs you're going to play for us, but one of which that you're saying is like a very new
Super
version of it that you have yet to really kind of strip down and give us acoustic.
Oh yeah, this will be the first time that we're hearing it acoustic. First time that we're ever doing something like this, other than when I wrote it in my living room by myself.
Yeah.
So it's called Good Lighting. It's the first track on the EP. It's very like strings and guitar focused on the record, but we're just gonna do acoustic today.
You're confident. You know
I'm
it.
feeling confident.
You're
I'm
feeling
feeling
it.
confident
Yeah,
in
of
it. Yeah.
course.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
So here's where I'm gonna shut up. Oh, you know what? Well, since we are, before I do shut up, I want to ask you one last question as we hang out in our Dunkin Latte Lounge
Okay.
here at iHeartRadio. Let's think coffee inspired question. If you were to sit down and have a nice large, iced coffee, maybe it's a latte, maybe it's something with some oat milk, like I take mine with caramel and oat milk, and I'm starting to salivate now. Who is that person, either dead or alive, that you would love to have a conversation with while you're just there sipping on
no,
a
that's a
nice
hard
large iced Dunkin' coffee? Or maybe it's hot, however you take your coffee.
That is such a good question. I think the first person that comes to my head, and I don't know if it's going to last, but it would probably be Jack Antonoff today.
Wow. Another icon.
Huge icon.
Yeah.
Love Jack Antonoff.
One of the greatest producers, songwriters for anyone who knows music. He is every musician's favorite musician.
Yes. And Bleachers, I love his band Bleachers personally. And then Melodrama, Lord's sophomore album, changed my life. So
there it is. Yeah. Hey, Jack, I don't know how you take your coffee, bro, but Mackenzie wants to sit down and have that
would be crazy.
Nice, large cup with you. All right. So now we ready to get to the first time ever of an acoustic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, checking us out online. We appreciate you locking in. Again, my name is Maxwell Mackenzie Shrieve here in our Dunkin Latte Lounge.
Sitting in between the trees, you told me I was good lighting, fleeting, only around for the good stuff, honey. Sitting in the back seat, my favorite song, but we're fighting, feeling, you know, around when it gets tough with the money. Will I wake up tomorrow with your back facing me, rethinking everything, a little beer in our cups? As always, we only ever take the long way home. I know you know what I mean. I wanna sit in the same bar and talk to you. I wanna listen to every album you tell me to. They're all saying something we don't say. I guess I'll see you in 2 years or 2 days. This is the way that it's been. Sitting up against the wall, I said, you're the song everyone loves. Biting, stuck in my head even when you don't say much. Running out of phone calls, I can feel it after you hang up. Hiding, and you make a joke that I'm losing my touch. Will I wake up tomorrow with your back facing me, rethinking everything, a little beer in our cups? As always, we only ever take the long way home. I know you know what I mean. I wanna sit in the same bar and talk to you. I wanna listen to every album you tell me to. They're all saying something we don't say. I guess I'll see you in 2 years or 2 days. This is the way that it's been. We're in circles about the same thing. You keep it close to your chest like it's nothing. The end of the night and we've hit our ceiling. We go home having chased a feeling. I wanna sit in the same bar and talk to you. I wanna listen to every album you tell me to. I wanna sit in the same bar and talk to you. I wanna listen to every album you tell me to. They're all saying something we don't say. I guess I'll see you in 2 years or 2 days. This is the way that it's been.
Thank you. That was fun. This is Didn't I Tell Ya? This is off the album In the While, and this has remained my favorite to play live probably ever.
Didn't I tell ya I wasn't any good at this, that I didn't know the difference? Didn't I warn ya? I'd end up on the bathroom floor, I'd be walking away, so you'd be begging for more. And I'm not proud of it. I don't like it when I open my mouth, and all of those things come out. I'm trying to change it. It's not your job to do. I know you thought you could, all the others thought so too. Maybe I'm a little broken, and maybe I'm a little wild. And maybe all I wanted was to be held and coddled like a child. One of these days you'll be walking away. I know I hurt you. Sitting 4 hours in the park, I shut you out. You howling dark. You think I didn't want you when I couldn't keep up. I've never been into hard work, only good luck. Another midnight conversation where you say go to hell. I think I deserved it. I played the bad guy really well. I wanna get better. I wanna listen to you. How'd you figure me out before I even got the chance to? Maybe I'm a little broken, and maybe I'm a little wild. And maybe all I wanted was to be held and coddled like a child. One of these days you'll be walking my way, and all you'll do is smile. One of these days I'll be walking your way and ask you to stay a while.
Thank you. We had to take a pause because I got the complete body chills from hearing you perform. So one more round of applause for Mackenzie, please, y'all. Man, when you say connecting, it is so special what you're doing as you're singing. I mean, I found myself sitting here in a lounge with my eyes closed, wanted to tell you a bunch of CDs to listen to, a bunch of songs to listen to, but also just like knowing that you are able to do that. Gosh, man, you found your superpower. So to be able to follow this journey and to be able to do what your heart is telling you, what does that mean to you? I know we've kind of covered that a little bit, but how does that feel in your heart fully?
It feels great. I mean, it's such, like these past two songs, such honest songs for me, such honest songwriting, and the fact that people connect with them and still accept me for those.
Yeah.
Because didn't I tell you it's about me not being the best partner? So the fact that people are still connecting and love that music and love that is really, really important.
You're writing about feelings that we all feel, but maybe don't have the courage or the words to put them together to say ourselves. So that's what, again, as we said earlier in the conversation, is what's so special about your ability to do that, is it allows us to be on this journey and form our own message based off of your message. So high five. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, let's do it again one more time. There we go. That's even better. Hey, how can we make sure that we continue to send you those amazing messages online? We continue to follow and continue to, subscribe, rate, thumbs up, all that. How can we make sure we're finding you on socials?
Everything is just under Mackenzie Shrieve.
Yeah.
Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, everything, Mackenzie Shrieve, so you can listen on anything.
And obviously right here, whenever you want, go ahead and run this video back at our Dunkin Latte Lounge at whatever, z100.com, iHeartRadio, Dunkin Latte Lounge. We got you covered. One more time, round of applause for Mackenzie Shrieve. Amazing job, superstar. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
To see more videos like this, check out DunkinLatteLounge.com. And if you're posting on social, use the hashtag Dunkin Latte Lounge.